Oh, and welcome! Today, we're jumping into a really big question for any business running on SAP. How do you actually customize your system so it's not just powerful right now, but also totally future-proof for whatever comes next? Let's get into it.
So, does your standard software meet 100% of your business needs? Yeah, I'm going to bet the answer is a pretty firm no, right? Every single company has its own unique way of doing things, those special processes that give you an edge. And look, standard software is great, it really is, but it just can't cover every single little thing you do out of the box. And that gap, well, that's where things get interesting and a little challenging.
And that leads us right into the heart of what we're talking about today, the customization challenge. You've got this massive, powerful system, SAP S/4HANA Cloud. How in the world do you tweak it to fit exactly what you need without, creating a total nightmare for your future self? It's a huge question for sure, but the good news is there's a really solid, structured way to handle it. Okay, so SAP gives you two main ways to go about this. On one hand, you've got what's called key user extensibility. Think of this as the easy stuff, the no-code changes. You want to add a new field to a screen, tweak the layout a bit? Perfect. But what if you need to build something from the ground up? Something with complex logic that's totally unique to how you do business? Well, for that, you're going to need the heavy machinery. You need developer extensibility.
So let's zoom in on that one, the professional-grade solution. This is where your developers really get to shine. They can step in and build these powerful, cloud-ready applications right inside your SAP system. It's how you tackle those really complex business needs that the simpler, no-code tools just weren't built for. Now, to really get what developer extensibility is all about, you have to know about ABAP. It's pretty simple, really. ABAP is the programming language of SAP. It is the code that has been powering some of the world's largest companies for decades. It's the language your developers are going to use to build all these custom solutions.
I love this analogy because it just makes so much sense. Think about it like this. Almost anyone can go to the store, pick out a new paint color, and paint a room. That's your key user extensibility. But what if you want to build a whole new extension on your house? You're not just going to start knocking down walls, right? No, you need an architect, you need a crew, you need people who know the building codes like the back of their hand. That is developer extensibility.
Okay, but here's where things get really, really critical. Just like building a house, there are old ways to do it, and there are modern, much safer, more future-proof ways. So when your developers go to build that new extension, they're faced with a choice. And honestly, the path they pick is going to affect your business for years. Let's break down that choice.
So here are the two paths, side by side. On the left, you've got the old way, classic ABAP. Don't get me wrong, it's powerful stuff, but it was designed for a different era. It wasn't built for the cloud, and using it can lead to some massive headaches when it's time to upgrade your system. Then, on the right, you have the modern, and let me be clear, the strongly recommended way, the ABAP Cloud environment. This was built from the ground up to be rock solid and super reliable in the S/4HANA Cloud world.
So, what's the big deal? Why is SAP pushing this new way so hard? It all boils down to one thing: creating code that is cloud-ready and, this is the most important part, upgrade stable. The whole point is to make sure that when SAP pushes out a new update to your system, all the custom stuff you've built doesn't just break. This is the secret to avoiding those incredibly expensive and painful upgrade projects we've all heard horror stories about.
And to get that sweet, sweet promise of upgrade stability, you've got to follow the rules. Now, don't think of these as limitations. Instead, think of them as the official building codes for your software. They're what guarantees that the new extension you build on your system is going to be solid for years and years. So here they are, the three big rules for building stable extensions. First, your developers have to use officially released APIs and objects. These are basically the SAP-approved doors and windows into the system. You can't just knock a hole in the wall wherever you want. Second, you have to use predefined extension points. These are the special spots that SAP has literally designed for you to plug your custom code into. And finally, and this is a big one, the developer has to actually choose the ABAP for Cloud Development Language version. It's like flipping a switch that tells the system, hey, we're doing this the modern, safe way, and it helps enforce all these other rules automatically.
Now, this new model is amazing, but there are a few really important things you have to keep in mind. For example, when your developers create a new custom database table, it comes with 0 security settings by default, none. And that also means that some of your standard data management frameworks, like for archiving old data, won't just automatically work with it. So what does that mean for you? It means it's absolutely critical that your team tests and double checks who can see and access any of this new custom data you're creating.
All right, so we've covered the what and the why. At the end of the day, building with the ABAP cloud model is all about playing the long game. It's about reducing your risk, lowering your overall costs, and letting you innovate without digging yourself into a hole of technical debt. So what are your next steps?
Well, for anyone who wants to dive deeper and really get their hands dirty, SAP has a ton of great resources out there. Your first stop should be the SAP Developer Center. From there, you'll find all kinds of targeted tutorials and even complete free learning journeys that are specifically designed to get your dev team skilled up on this whole modern, future-proof approach.
And that really brings us to the final big question. The choices you're making about how you customize your system, these aren't just IT decisions. They are major strategic business decisions. When you follow this modern path, you're making sure that the cool new thing you build today doesn't become the expensive problem you have to fix tomorrow. So I'll leave you with this. Is your business just building for today, or are you building for tomorrow?